Speaking of space that people aren't really eager to get back to, if the last game was any kind of inclination of that, Mass Effect apparently is not dead, according to Bioware, saying here that Bioware still wants to make more Mass Effect games, even if the studio isn't currently working on any. Of course they're not working on any. Mass Effect 3, which came out nearly 6 years ago. No, 7 years ago. It came out in 2012. So 7 years ago, Mass Effect 3 drops. Mass Effect 3 completely lost the fan base in regards to how it handled the ending, right? Do you want the red, the green, or the blue ending? Do you want the RGB? By the way, all the choices that you've been making all these years, they mean nothing. They mean nothing. That's basically what it boiled down to. And a lot of people out there really didn't care for it. And so they came back and they made another ending. They came back and they made another little thing. They made a thing. Cool beans. They gave us some DLC. Reluctantly gave DLC. But then they put the franchise in hibernation until 2015. 3 years later, when we got the first teaser during E3 for Mass Effect Andromeda. And no one really gave a shit. No one really cared. It was like, oh, they're trying this again. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, all right. It's not BioWare. Oh, it's like EA Montreal or something. Oh, okay. So it's not even like a main studio game. They're working on Anthem. Ooh. No one cared. And that happened. When the game came out, it was panned left and right. The game was a rushed mess. I mean, I've seen it on sale for $9, and I'm just like, no. Still too much money. Still not going to pay for it. Still not going to do it. Not going to be. I'm waiting for PlayStation Plus to make it a giveaway. So then it's free, and I can download it, and I can play it then. That's what I'll do. When they make it a free-to-play game, get it with your PlayStation Plus. Fine. I will finally dive into the world of Andromeda when it's absolutely, positively free, or included with my yearly subscription to the PlayStation Network service. However, apparently, Polygon asked the questions to Mike Dura, the game's executive producer. This, of course, is, I think, Andromeda, as well as a studio head of Casey Hudson about Mass Effect franchise, and asking specifically the question, will there be more Mass Effect down the road? Will we see it return? Will Shepard be glorious once again? And this is what he had to say. He says, we're definitely not done with Mass Effect. There's a lot of stories to be told. We could pull on the threads we put down with Andromeda. We could pull on the threads from Mass Effect 3. There's a lot of interesting space to be explored. Is there? Do you really want to pull on the threads from Andromeda? I mean, you couldn't even make a competent game. You guys were criticized for dead naming a trans person in that game. Like, literally. And the dialogue was pretty atrocious, true, because, like, the trans person said what their I don't know the terminology for it, what their real name is? What their birth name? I don't know. What do you guys call it? It's not their Christian name, obviously. But they said it in like the first three lines of dialogue. Like, hi, I'm transgender. My original name was Nyah. And they got really heavily criticized for that. Never mind the potato expressions and everything else that happened with my game. But Casey Hudson here says, in my mind, it's still very much alive. I'm thinking all the time about things I think will be great. It's just a matter of getting back to it as soon as we can. Listen, Casey, Booby, Baby, Homie, G-Funk era. You're not going back to it. Don't even trip. Don't even try. Don't even try. You bungled it 7 years ago. EA completely over-promoted it 7 years ago. I don't know if you guys recall literally sending copies of Mass Effect into like space and then having them parachute down and people could go and find a copy of it early. There was one that was like, it literally landed in the Mojave Desert and some dude drove from LA, tracked it down and got it. They launched copies of the game into the upper atmosphere as a marketing stunt, because they thought it would be so big. They didn't expect the backlash. And it held on for years. The Mass Effect brand at this point, pretty tainted. It's pretty tainted. And now they're on to they're on to Anthem, right? They got this, ever persistent multiplayer world. Everyone flies in Iron Man suits, taking on creatures. Looks like a weird mix between a Marvel movie and Lost Planet from Capcom, which, by the way, I think would be cool to see. That's what they're doing right now. That's what they're doing. And people, even Anthem was kind of broken. Charge $20 for a fucking skin. What's wrong with you? $20 for a skin. What are you doing? What are you doing? BioWare, stop it. Stop it. They very much want to, I think they want to go back to, I think they do ultimately want to make it right. You know, I mean, later on, it was put out there on Twitter that Andromeda isn't the start of a trilogy. But that doesn't mean that they haven't been planning anything for future adventures, just not 3 acts. So Andromeda could come back, not Andromeda, but like Mass Effect could come back in single standalone adventures, which, look, arguably could work. And it's not like it's not like they bit off more than they can chew with the Mass Effect trilogy. Because number 1 and number 2 were fantastic. I mean, on a technical level, number 3 was great. It was the ending that was god awful. And a lot of people chalked it up to that whole, oh, you just didn't get what you wanted. You just didn't get what you needed. You didn't get it. Calm your tits. Look, when they lift actual like artwork from like the internet, and when like they stole a model's photo for Tally's, you know, character, look what she looks like without her helmet on. And they only break it down to the red, the blue, and the green ending. It wasn't like your choices didn't really mean crap in the end of that. And that was the big problem. That was the big issue here. That your story didn't mean crap. So they got mad at you. You know, and I guess BioWare is just, EA is just running them into the ground at this point. We know that they're working on Dragon Age 4, which, yay, I guess. I don't know. Dragon Age 3 wasn't very good. Star Wars The Old Republic is still around. That's still kicking. That MMORPG that was meant to revolutionize the MMORPG world. That was meant to come out, destroy World of Warcraft to EverQuest, Asheron's Call, other games that are similar to that. I don't know. I don't play those games. And it didn't. It didn't. No one talks about The Old Republic anymore, outside of saying, hey, Lucasfilm, we want to see a movie of The Old Republic. That's it. That's where we are right now. So coming out and saying that they want to have more Mass Effect, I guess is fine, but you know, why not? Here's the thing. Make a movie, do the Mass Effect movie, make that good, rebuild interest that way, and then come out and do it. And then come out and make a game. But remove all microtransactions. Don't put in a multiplayer, although the multiplayer was good. Focus on the story first. Make sure your dialogue is good. Make sure the character interactions are good, and you'll be able to get a lot of the fans back. But until then, don't tease them with something like this, because they're not going to want it. Because you've done nothing to showcase that you even remotely care about the follies from 7 years ago. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. You check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical or narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.